What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Deer Hunting Camp here on the channel, and welcome back to D-Train Games as well. Guys, I had a rough night last night, and I did not sleep too well, so my energy levels are kind of lower than normal, and I just didn't really feel like playing a fast-paced game. So we're just going to chill today, hunt for some do some realistic hunting for some new record on my whitetails. Hope you guys do enjoy today's stream. For any of you who was looking forward to the next episode of Water Park Simulator, I am very sorry, guys. Again, I just didn't get very good sleep, so I decided to play something more chill. We will return to that probably next week unless I get into the mood to play it Friday. We have a 4-hour stream Friday, so I might do 2 hours of Water Park Simulator and then 2 hours of Call of the Wild maybe. We'll have to figure out what we're going to do there. But without any further ado, guys, let's get started today. What is up, Zero? You got frustrated with yourself the other day, so I took yesterday to rest my new hammock on the front porch. And then you got, hang on a second, I got to refresh the thing because it's cutting your chat off. So I took yesterday to rest in my new hammock on the front porch. I'll be back after the $200 later. I hear that. I had an insane season recently. On one of my new maps, which is where we're going today. I had a season that I wish I would have recorded, but I had 1,010 inches of antlers in the season. The very first deer was like the red coated 8. And then I ended up getting the non-typical, and then I ended up getting two 200s back to back that both trolled. One was a 195 and one was a 187. And then I ended the season with the I'm trying to think what was the last buck of the season. It was another one of the big boys. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was a 12 pointer. Um, but yeah, that's what we currently did. Unlike the other spots though, this map is made for rifle hunting and long range hunting. So the map we're hunting today is my other created map that I've made. So you guys have seen DGG River and how it works, and now we're heading to DGG Woods. Woods is a little bit more boring than River. I'm not going to lie to you guys. There isn't as much to look at, but it's basically just a big food plot in the middle of the woods with a big road surrounding it. So that way you don't even have to use trail cameras if you don't want to. You can literally see anything that approaches you. But this season you can still get a deer kill with a bow, but it is very much heavily reliant on the rut and the. Guys, I'll show you the map real quick before we get started. But yeah, as you guys can see, it's just literally a circle. That's all it is. Just a big food plot that's surrounded by woods, and you just sit in the food plot and wait and see what comes. So that is pretty much this place in a nutshell. 0 says the stream has crashed, but on my end it looks good. Yeah, I don't know what happened there, Zero. I think that it was on your end because my end never froze or anything. So I think it was either a connection that you have with the stream or something going on there. Because I'm watching my stream really heavily right now. But we did get a new modem here recently, so we shouldn't have the internet issues anymore. It turns out that our modem was very out of date, and that's the reason why it was hard for my streams to stay live. But yeah, so far it's looking like it's good. Right now the map is just loading, so we're forced to just stand here and wait for it to get done loading. Yo, Parker, what's up? Welcome to the stream, man. Hope you're doing well. Tomorrow, are you doing a Hunter Call of the Wild? No. If you go to my channel, go to my post section, Parker. Every Sunday, I post my schedule and what days and what games we're going to be playing. We were supposed to do Water Park Simulator again today, but I didn't sleep very good last night, and I just kind of felt like playing something more chill, so we're doing Deer Hunting Camp today. Call of the Wild will be this Friday. We have a 4-hour stream Friday, so I'm probably going to do, if I sleep good, I will probably do 2 hours of Water Park Simulator and probably 2 hours of Deer Hunting, Call of the Wild. If I don't sleep that well, or if I just don't feel like playing Water Park Simulator, then we'll just do all Call of the Wild. So, we are going to return to Call of the Wild this Friday. And then tomorrow I have a Call of the Wild, a Great One guide coming out for everybody. Everybody voted that they wanted to see the Yukon Wolf guide get released, so I will probably try to get up a little bit early tomorrow and get that recorded. And then try to have it out probably to you guys in the tomorrow afternoon or evening one. The one that everybody's wanting to see. Oh, hang on, stop for a minute. That is an antler, but it's not the antler I want. Guys, for anybody that plays this game, you definitely do not have to do this, but every season where I pick up nothing but the big antlers and I leave all the other ones, it seems to boost my chances at getting nothing but big animals every day. I don't know if you guys have tested that theory out or not. Let me see where my trails are this time around. Okay, so I got a little bit unlucky with this season, guys. They should still use my plot, but sometimes on this map, all my trails end up being out in the distance. Let me see. Oh no, I've got one trail coming right down by the side of the thing. I think we're gonna be okay. Like I said, this map is, sometimes you'll get really good trails, other times it'll kind of just be out in the thick areas, because I have some thick areas surrounding. So. Yeah, that's the thing about it, Zera, is that I think they play more of a part in the game besides just decoration. Like, if you find 5 big antlers before you start your hunting season, I really do believe that that boosts your chances at having a big buck every single day. It is very rare right now for me on any map, as long as I pick up the 5 antler sheds and I really give a lot of time to each day, where I don't leave. I usually don't leave until the bar gets past the R in timer. Whenever the bar passes up the R in timer, at that point I go ahead and say, okay, I've seen everything. Because I'm telling you, I've had some monster bucks show up at the very last second of the day. So like between the very last minute and the R, I've actually had a buck show up that I didn't even know was in the area. So I do think that the game changes out your deer throughout the day. I think there's some deer that you start with and they'll jump the fence and then end up leaving your map, and then in time they end up getting replaced by other stands. And in case you guys are wondering why I'm placing 3 tree stands, these are my emergency stands, as I call them. So this is my main stand that we're putting up right now. But those 2 tree stands back there that we had, those are supposed to be for the rut only. And what basically is just a couple trees for me to jump into if I hear bucks in the distance and I need to just hurry up and hide. So make sure I've got a clear view, which I do. All right. Now, guys, I'm sorry, but I'm not in any hurry today. I have like the full 2.5 hours today with the stream, so we are going to take my time and look for the antler sheds before we start hunting. Like I said, I really enjoy this part of the game. I enjoy looking for the antler sheds and trying to get big ones. There's one actually. So once I find 5 of these big boy antler sheds, we will then start the season. So we're gonna go ahead and click that one. Let's see, where are my trails? I do have one trail that's like coming right by the food plot here, it looks like. Sadly, I don't have one under my stand this time. Last season I had one that came directly under my stand, but like no deer ever used it, so. Unless I'm overlooking or seeing things, I thought there was a trail here. But then again, I may just be seeing things. There's a doe coming through. Also, guys, the way that you can tell that your map is working well is if you see deer in the scouting phase. See how I'm seeing deer already? There's already a buck and a few other things. That means that your map is working. So, alright. I don't see anything on this side. I think I'm just seeing trails whenever there's actually nothing there. You will do that when you play this game. Your eyes will tend to see trails that actually aren't on your map. And I think that's what was happening. So, let me see here. Where are the actual trails at? So, one trail is like right up here. There's one. Okay, so this one is actually going to cross the road. So, I'm going to put a camera where I can watch the road. That should be good. Okay. Let me go on around. My next trail is right here. Okay, honestly, this is actually a great place for a trail camera. It's just a long stretch. So I think we'll put that like right there. Maybe turn it just a little bit. That should be good. Alrighty. Let's see, where's my next trail? My next trail. This might be the same trail here. Yeah, I think it's the same trail, but that's fine because this goes way back in here. And I want to make sure I can see what's going on. Let's see here, where is it? Okay, so this is the other trail. And again, guys, make sure that when you put your trail cameras out, make sure that you guys put them in a line of each other. Because if you guys kind of like spread them out and everything, if you guys notice, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is showing you like what order that you're going to be choosing your trail cameras from. So make sure you guys put them in a line of each other, or at least make them to where they're close to each other, because if they're far out, then it'll take longer to load your next image. And it can really hinder you when you're trying to hunt. Is that a big antler shed? Or that's a big antler shed, so that's the one we're going to take. Alrighty, that'll work. Oh, there's another big antler shed. We've already got 3 antler sheds, guys. We are more than halfway there now. Honestly, I think that's all my trails. I think I've only got 3 main trails this season, which is kind of unfortunate. No, I have a 4th one, but it's there next to number 2. Okay, I think that'll do us. I really don't see the reason as to why I need other cameras. Okay, so now all that's left is just to find the remainder of our antler sheds. Let me see. You know, I really don't have much coverage on the roads. I can see this back behind me easily. I'll tell you what. Let's see if we can find some scrapes on the roads, and we'll put the cameras on the scrapes. Because bucks will stop and use scrapes every so often. So we'll just walk back this direction. There's a scrape, actually. Let me see. Where can I see it from here? Not well. So I'm going to put one, like, facing side of the road, but also where I can see that buck scrape. There we go. Now I can see a little bit of the road, a little bit of the scrape. So that would be 4. Like I said, I kind of want them all together because that way they won't be long loading screens. And I can see everything else around me because of the road. You got an estimate when the custom map guide will be out? Not really, Zero, because the problem is that there is a bug. Anybody can go and look at the bug that I'm talking about. You can see it today if you want to. But basically what's happening is that for some reason right now, the game is saying, whenever you go to the map builder, you know, you have to choose your topographies, whether you want it to be a mountainous map or whether you want it to be just whatever. And I'm sorry, guys. I forgot I had a camera already on this place. But basically, what's going on with it is very strange. It's basically saying that there is that there's nothing there. Like if you go to the map builder, just go on there, click a random topography, the map will be flat. Like there's definitely a bug with it, or there's something that's happened since the last update because every single topography does not have any features on the map, on like land features at all. They're all very flat maps right now, and you really can't create maps because you know, it's going to be flat, and then whenever the day comes that they fix it, all of a sudden you're going to have mountains and places where you're used to your tree stands being and stuff like that. So it would mess up any map that you create right now. And that's the reason why I'm telling people just don't worry about creating maps at the moment until the next update, because it's just broken. Sadly, it's broken. You just can't even really create anything. Alright, so we got 3 big antler sheds. Let me check down here next to my tree stand. I think that's all the cameras I'm going to use. Because I should be able to see everything else. That was a shed. Yeah, there it is. Is it a big one? Nope, it's a medium one, so we're going to leave it. Yo, Prayer, what's up, man? Yeah, not a problem, man, not a problem. Like I said, for some reason, I actually got to see that mention. It gave me a notification on my phone, and it allowed me to watch the video. So, that was a really good shot you made on that deer, man. Congratulations on your great one. Also, Prayer, since you're in the chat, man, I know that you modded me on your channel. I appreciate that. I'll definitely let you keep me as a mod. But I just want to let you know that if I don't subscribe, there is no disrespect meant for it whatsoever. I'm just somebody that only subscribes to channels that I like, want to put a lot of time into. And a lot of those are like channels like Queso, and stuff like that. Like it's a lot of gaming channels. But as far as hunting channels are concerned, I really only watch Flinter that much, and even then, I don't watch his videos all the time. So I will stay as a mod for your channel, but you may not see me around your channel very much. So if you're okay with me being a mod and just not really being around, then that's fine. But I will let you know that I'm just not going to be a very good mod material because I won't be around very much. And like I said, I'm not really on YouTube very much throughout the day. I'm pretty well doing other things whenever I'm not streaming, and I just occasionally get on YouTube and watch stuff. So... You just wanted to make me yours. Whoa, now. Easy on the way you word that sentence, man. Don't get creepy with it. I am a happily married man. I know that's not what you mean, by the way. Alright, we need 2 more antler sheds, but I can't seem to find the other 2. Usually I find the other antler sheds very quick on this map, but today I'm having to look around a little bit harder. Is that a big one? That's a shed. That's a little shed. Dude, it'd be just my luck if there's like a huge cluster of big sheds like right around my starting point. I think that's a big one, ain't it? Yeah, that's a big one right beside my camp, actually. So we need 1 more. and then we can start hunting. Like I said, guys, I do this every single season. I know it takes a little bit of time, but I really do enjoy looking for the antler sheds. There's our last one. I only pick up big ones, so 5 big antler sheds, and now we're ready to hunt. We're going to do one bow hunt on this map since it's mainly meant for the rut and the rifle hunts. So we're going to do one bow hunt, and then after this bow hunt, we're going to move straight to the rut, and then we're going to do 2 rifle hunts at the end. Like I said, guys, we'll try to hunt as many seasons as we can today. Each season takes roughly about 30 minutes to an hour IRL, depending on how fast it goes. Some seasons are just like clockwork, though. Sometimes you just get deer come straight into you. Oh, crap, I did forget something, though. I just now realized I forgot to put my markers on my stands. This map is extremely dark in the morning, as you guys can tell. And I usually like to put a marker on my trees that have my trees where my tree stands are located, so I can see it with my flashlight. And I forgot to do that. That's okay. I kind of know where the tree stands are. Like this first one should be coming up, or unless I passed it already. I may have already passed it. That's fine. Oh. Yeah, this map is so dark in the morning. I don't know why it is, but it is. Alright, we are officially in the tree stand, guys. It will be daylight. Like I said, I don't know what it is about this map. But yeah, you can't see nothing in the mornings. I don't know what it is. On DGG River, you can see some. Like, you actually can sort of see your way a little bit. But on this map, it's just pitch black, buddy. It's just pitch black. No, you're fine, Prayer. I was just cutting up with you anyway, man. I knew what you were saying either way. Also, guys, don't forget at 700 subs, we're going to try to add a couple more mods. We're going to try to add a couple more at 800, a couple more at 9, maybe 1 or 2 more at 900, and then at 1,000, we'll do a big celebration for 1,000 subs. So, every 100 subscribers, every time we hit the next 100, guys, we'll be adding more mods to the channel as long as there's people that have good attendance. I already got a few people in mind. We may not even get to add 2 every single time, actually, because of, we don't really need the extra help. But there is a few of you guys that have been coming around the streams pretty regularly. Like I said, guys, if you want to be a mod for my channel, make sure that you guys are here for the streams. Make sure you're active in chat, and make sure you're here for the entire duration of the stream. If you guys are kind of just popping in, saying hello, talking to me a little bit, then just leaving, and then not coming back, that you're not going to be a mod if you're doing that. I don't mind having you as a viewer. I mean, I appreciate every watch hour you guys want to give me, but you guys got to be here in order to moderate. So. Oh, there's already a deer. Hang on, what have we got here? Oh, that's a nice buck. Dude, is that a random rack or is that one of the base racks? I think that's Mr. 12 point. Yeah, it's 12 pointer. We'll give him one grunt call. At that distance, I don't think he can hear me, but I would like to get him. That'd be a good opening day buck. A black screen, your favorite. That might be like where I live and hunt of a morning. Yeah, I hear that. That's kind of my style. Like, whenever I make these maps, I want them to feel like, even though they may not be completely natural looking, I want them to feel it. Like, I want it to feel like a real location. That's what I always aim when I make my maps. So, like, DGG River, obviously, that's my favorite. But I wanted it to feel like that you were on the side of a, like, I wanted you to feel like that you were down in a crevasse, that has like a river running through it, and you have like some flat land for a food plot, and then you got a big mountain on the other side of the river. I mean, like, it was just perfect. That is my most creative map I've ever made. And then whenever I made this map, I wanted it to just be a basic map. I wanted it to be creative in the sense that you literally have a road. I mean, as you guys can see, anything that approaches this field, I can see it. I mean, that was the whole idea of this, is to make it a long-range map. So any animal that enters like the road area, I can see without even having to use trail cameras. And that's like the only creativity about it. But like I said, it's literally just, I mean, this map is so simple, guys. It's literally just this map, and up above me, I've chosen 3 of those big rings to be really thick with weeds and grass and brush, and then I have my food plot as this huge, so that way it's more food than all 3 of those combined, and I also have it very thick, and it tends to draw animals to it. Again, as you guys can see, though, I'm going to give you guys an example. Do you guys see how these deer are feeding around the food plot, but they're not coming inside? The reason for that is because I've used 3 different grass patch clicks, and that makes it to where you have a pretty medium amount of grass on your land. So I will have some animals that will walk around my food plot, but as you guys can see, eventually I do get animals that will then come into the food plot itself and actually feed. I unfortunately do not have a trail this time. Usually I'll have about 1 trail that comes under my stand, but we got unlucky this time. So we'll have to rely on the rut, or just luck, because we don't have a trail that's going to bring a deer to us. We'll have to just make sure, we'll just have to get lucky and it come right in on its own. Like I said, there is a big buck already in the field, but it's too far away to hear calls. It's that big 12 point. Again, guys, my maps make some very big bucks. Like I don't know what it is about the creative maps, but I'm telling you guys, I think if you build your own maps in this game, your creative maps have a much higher chance of getting monsters than the actual base game maps. I really don't know what it is, but it's like every time I hunt each river or woods, I always end up getting big bucks almost every single day of the season. I mean, it's not unheard of for me to go all 6 days and get big bucks every single day. My average is actually about 800 inches of antlers, so on either one of my maps. And I'm not trying to, blow it out of proportion or glaze my own maps or anything. I'm just saying that's just on average what I get. Whereas whenever I hunt the other maps, yes, you can definitely have seasons like that. I mean, it's not unheard of, like on PSR mountains or ponds, to have, 800, 600, 800 inches of antler. But I'm talking about like every single season. You'll stay as long as I can. I might be a little busy at 3 because I'm calling my cousin. You're fine, man. For your birthday, I'm hoping I get a Steam gift card and I'm going to get deer hunting camp. Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah, deer hunting camp is so much fun, man. You gotta have patience though. It's very realistic. You gotta basically just gotta sit and stand and wait. But I love that. I love that style of hunting. Um, deer hunting camp. What looks amazing, and I want more realistic hunting games like this. Yeah, it's just called Deer Hunting Camp. Is all it's called. It's for PC and PS5. But yeah, the deer are very realistic in this game. Like I said, it's a low budget game for but for what they have for their budget, man. I mean, I think this game needs to blow up. I'm hoping that over time people will start playing this game a lot, especially now that they're introducing random antler generation. Again, the random racks, in my opinion, are kind of meh. They need a little bit more work, and they need to look a little bit more natural, in my opinion, to really be attractive. But it's not bad though. Okay, so the 12 pointer moved on, and now we got a basket 8. That basket 8 pointer, I always don't care if I shoot him as the last deer of the day. But like I said, guys, we have all the time in the world today on today's stream, so I'm gonna hunt it exactly the way that I normally do, and that just means I'm just gonna kick back and chill and just wait and see what comes my way. That is literally how I hunt whenever I play this game, guys. I don't hardly call. The only time I hit the grunt call is if there's a deer that shows up that I want, and I'll call 1 time at him. If he does not react to me, or if he's far away, I'll just let him be because he's usually not going to hear you. But if he was like here to the end of the food plot right there, that's usually I'm using my food plot as a rangefinder, by the way, guys. Any buck that steps into the range of this plot, I can hit them with a rifle. So as long as the deer is like on the edge of my food plot, I can hit them. So that's kind of my strategy here. But yeah, I don't really call it bucks too much on this game. The only time I really ever use the grunt caller is if I see a deer I want and he's obviously in range. I might call at him once, and if he's going the wrong way, I may call him at a second time. But I rarely ever do a third. Like I said, calling 3 times usually spooks deer on this game. But I've had odd instances where it's like the very end of the day, and I've called like 4 or 5 times at the same buck, and he'll actually turn around and come to me, which is still very rare. Most times they'll just spook off. But like I said, it's a chance game that you're playing with the caller. So I usually just like to stay quiet and calm and just let the deer do their own thing. I have more luck that way, it seems. I get more bucks come underneath me if I just don't make noise. It just takes a little bit more time. But yeah, the big boy decided to move up there to the top, towards the top of the map. So hopefully we'll see him later. Oh yeah, Project Hunt. That looks like it's going to be a good one too. Yeah, I've seen Scarecrow's videos on Project Hunt. I think it looks like it's going to be a fun one. I think it's just slightly too arcadey, if that makes sense. But I think what they're doing with it is really good. And honestly, I wouldn't care to play it if it ever came to console. But at the same time, I think that it needs a little bit more tweaking. It needs to have a little bit of Call of the Wilds pizzazz in it, where it's like where it feels realistic, even whenever you're just hunting around. Right now, it just kind of feels like an old arcade game where you're just walking around an open world map and just shooting animals that just happen to be there. I just kind of want them to make the AI on the animals feel a little bit more natural, if that makes sense. Because most of the time they're just kind of standing in a certain spot, and yeah, they do travel the map, but they just don't act alive, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'm trying to make it make sense as to what I see in that game, but it's very good for what it's starting out as. But out of any of the upcoming deer hunting games, I mean, Deer Hunting Camp, in my opinion, is just blowing everything out of the water. It's the best hunting game aside from Call of the Wild, in my opinion. By the way, guys, did you see that Way of the Hunter 2 got a release date? I don't know if you guys saw that, but Way of the Hunter 2 will be releasing at the end of September. And in case you guys are wondering if I'm going to be playing it on the channel, yes. Will it be immediately? Probably not. And the reasoning for that is because I'm going to be playing Wolverine. Wolverine comes out a few days before Way of the Hunter does, so I'll be buying Wolverine before Way of the Hunter. So you probably won't see that game until about October or November. But yes, I will be playing Way of the Hunter on my channel whenever I can get around to it. Way of the Hunter is supposed to be good. I've played the early access. What do you think about it? I think it's actually really good. I think it's going to be a lot better than the first game, that is for sure, because they've listened to a lot of people's feedback. I love how you can now see an animal and it actually tells you what age it is. So that way you no longer have to keep track of it. I love the fact that I mean, just everything in general about the new Way of the Hunter is so much better compared to the first game. Obviously, there's some bugs in the game right now, you know, with fur on animals, rear ends not being not loading in, or you know, I think that some of the antlers are showing 5-star racks before they're supposed to. I think that some of the, or if they're not, then they're way too big, so they're like the star rating of the animal. But outside of that, I mean, those things seem like they're going to be very easy. They seem like that they're either fixed or going to be fixed really soon for them to do a full launch. But yeah, honestly, overall, I think the game is amazing. I mean, from what I've seen from Flinter and Scarecrow both on that game, it looks great. Like I said, I'm mainly watching Flinter more than anything if I'm going to watch a hunting on my channel, but I really haven't been watching anything really here as of late as far as gaming is concerned. I've been mostly watching Survivor Man, and what else do I watch on YouTube? I've been watching Survivor Man. I've been watching which I watch a little bit of J3. Play Marvel Rivals, although every so often he can get a little bit heavy with the language, so I just change it when that happens. Let me see what else. I watch a lot of Queso because he's clean and he's hilarious, so I watch a lot of Queso. And then I watch Flinter whenever he has stuff that comes out. I haven't watched a whole lot of Scarecrow stuff, not because I don't like what he's posting, but just simply because some of the videos that he's been posting aren't really like what I'm interested in these days. I said, I've been really enjoying Flinter's outside gameplay more than I have the Call of the Wild. I'm kind of burnt out on Call of the Wild, to be honest. I am still having fun with it when I play it, but honestly, I'm having more enjoyment right now out of like Deer Hunting Camp, and I'm watching other hunting videos outside if I'm watching YouTube. I mean, like right now, if I had the choice between grinding for Great Ones or playing Deer Hunting Camp, I'd probably choose Deer Hunting Camp. I don't know what it is. I just enjoy the laid-back feel of this game. So that's why I chose it today, is because I just didn't sleep too good last night. I didn't feel like I had enough energy or attention to be able to play the fast-paced water park simulator. And plus, I kind of wanted to catch up with you guys. Whenever I do the water park simulator game, it is so hard for me to keep up a chat, because it's just everything is happening at once, and it's hard for me to talk to you guys during the gameplay. So I just kind of figured we just chill and talk today and just have a good time. What's up, Ivans? You love Deer Hunting Camp? Yeah, I know, man. Welcome back to the channel, by the way. Long time no see, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for coming back to the channel. I've been missing you, man. You can't wait for Wolverine? Yeah, I know. It looks so good, dude. And I will be live streaming it, by the way. Wolverine will be streamed on my channel. So, I will be doing a playthrough of that game. Again, it'll be a launch day stream only, but it'll be for about 3 hours. So you guys will get to see the first 3 hours of the game, and then after I beat it and get good at the gameplay, I am going to turn it into a movie. As long as the game doesn't flop, which I doubt it will. Also, guys, Assassin's Creed 4 Resynced will be coming to the channel as well, but right now I'm waiting on New Game Plus, because I just don't like restarting from scratch. The only game I like restarting from scratch on is the very first God of War. I don't know, and it's just because I don't like how you have all the weapons at the start. I kind of just like having them when you're supposed to have them. But yeah, so I'm thinking that I would like to do a playthrough though here soon, and I was thinking about Horizon Zero Dawn and Horizon Forbidden West. I'm pretty good at those games. I play mostly as a grenader on the game. I don't use the bow very much. I use the bow for like stealth, but that's about the only time I use the bow and arrows. If you guys have played Horizon Zero Dawn, you know, facing the robots that you face and stuff, it's such a great game. It has a great story. But yeah, I'm thinking about bringing, and it's clean mostly. There's some language in it, but it's not heavy language, and it's spread far out. So it's like a PG-13 movie at the worst. And I would absolutely love to bring both those games into the channel. Again, my playstyle is very samey. I don't really change up my playstyle. Most of the time, I just hit the enemies with their weaknesses, and then just bombard them with grenades, because that's just the way I like playing it. But it is a lot of fun though. Dude, where did this 12-pointer go, man? We saw a big buck, and now he's just gone. Again, guys, this map is mainly built as a rut and late season map, but I have definitely killed some big bucks during the early season too. Okay, I can't see anything, so I'm gonna blind call 2 calls. I doubt that anything's near me, but I mean, you never know. Like I said, this tree is right here, and I could have that big boy back behind me, and I just can't even see him. And I have had a couple of times where I've just randomly blind called and had something within range and didn't even know, and it just came in running. So, we'll see how that works out. Like I said, guys, we're not going to stop the day until the white bar gets to the R, or until we kill something pretty decent. We're going to take our time on deer hunting camp today. I've still got 2 hours until the stream has to end. So, we're going to just lay back and just hunt the entire days out like I do at IRL whenever I'm not streaming. But again, guys, if you want to join chat and talk to me, this is the perfect game to do so with, because I have all the time in the world. Oh, I hear that, warrior. You can herd manage naturally in Way of the Hunter too. Oh, that's interesting. I never really herd managed on that game. I mostly just the way that I culled my animals is that, you know, some people like see a 50% animal in there or a 70% animal, and they're like, oh, that's too big, I'm just gonna have to leave that. I shoot them. The only animals I left on Way of the Hunter 1 was 80% and above, or if it was like 78%ers, those I would leave. But if it was like 75 or below, I'd always shoot it. And over time, I actually ended up getting some absolute monsters on that game. I had a super rare albino, I'm a 5-star whitetail. I had a bunch of 5-star elk because I hunted elk all the time. And yeah, that method seemed to work very well. Again, it takes, I think that it takes actually about the same amount of time even. But yeah, that's kind of how I played the game. Is that a random rack? Well, we got the pronghorn in here. That, guys, this is a good example for you all. This buck, I have seen him so many times. I have shot him so many times. And I know that it's supposed to be randomly generated antlers, but I don't think it is. And I don't mean to say this in a mean way or anything, but it seems like the big bucks are all set racks, but they're goofy looking. And then all the medium size are actually generating properly, from what I've seen. Like all the medium size, like 130s to 140s bucks on here for the random racks, they all look pretty natural, even though some of them are kind of crazy, but they all look more natural than the big ones. And I actually prefer those racks to the big boys. And yeah, I have a 135 in my trophy lodge right now that has a rack that just looks like a crazy non-typical. And I actually like the medium-sized random racks over top of the big ones, and I do think that the big ones need a little bit more work because there's not enough variety that I've seen. I've seen the same deer over and over again for the big boys. It's just they don't look natural. So I usually prefer to tend to only shoot the OGs. I really don't shoot the random racks too much at all. I just don't like them that much. What am I hearing? Is that a buck or a doe below me? I think it's a doe. We did have a doe below me a second ago. I think that's her. I'll make sure that she don't have no headgear in a minute. It won't be a big buck either way, because if it was a big one, we'd see his antler tips on the other side of the tree trunk. I have not been able to join because my dog had puppies. Oh, that's so sweet, man. That is awesome. How many did the dog have, by the way? Last night I was watching all your shorts on your channel. I was so entertained, especially the one with the water park simulator. You hit the dude and he went flying. Yeah, I know, he just disappeared, man. He just disappeared. And that's why I'm trying to tell you guys that, you know, a lot of you all, which I totally understand this, a lot of you guys are here for the hunting content, but I really would love for you guys just to hang out with me during the extra games too, and just stay with me because I really feel like I can just unload and be myself on those games. I'm a naturally goofy and funny person, at least according to my wife. And yeah, I feel that I can be very entertaining on almost any platform that I play. But again, if nobody is in chat talking to me, it can become all about the video game and not enough about like talking. So, you know, having you guys in chat really does help out the channel. It gives me something to interact with. It makes it to where people who are in chat are getting entertained by you all rather than having to rely on just me as well. So, which is why moderators come in handy, because those are the people that I trust. Oh my gosh, here he is. What's up, buddy? We got him. Where did he come from, man? Dude, that is why you love deer hunting camp right there. That is an example as to why deer hunting camp is so good. Because you never know when the big boys are going to show, man. That was beautiful. Yeah, he just came in running, dude. Big old 12-pointer. That's why I give the day all the way until the white... Guys, give your days until the white bar reaches the R. And session timer, just sit in your stand, guys. I'm telling you, it is worth it. If you are not seeing big bucks, do not care about it. Wait until the white bar gets to the R before you go ahead and shoot a small deer. Or shoot anything. To me, it's actually better to go at the end of season with nothing in some cases than with something. Because at least you know you gave it your all. And then also the game will sometimes give you a boost in time, where you can actually have a longer period of time to shoot something. Alright guys, so my record right now for the 12-pointer is 174, I think 220-something pounds. So it's going to be really hard to break this. But if he makes 175, we're taxing him. Or if he's 174, we're going to tax him and then go see how his weight looks. Alright guys, big old 12-pointer for day number 1, beautiful. And now all that's left is the rut and rifle seasons, which is what this map is built for. Again, you can as you guys can see, you can definitely bow hunt on this map. But I made this map for guns. I mean, that's the whole point of this map, is to make it a more long range. Alright, what does this one score, guys? Let's see. Big 12 point. 174 at 221. So we are going to tax this guy, because we need to see if he's bigger than my other buck. So 174 at 221, I believe is what it said. Let's check out my other 12 point. See what he scores. 12 pointers right here. Nope, this one is still bigger. So my record for the 12-pointer right now is 174 at 224. So the one I just killed was about 3 pounds so much shy of the record. But he had the same score, so that's not bad at all. But yeah, this is my random rack, guys. I keep one of each rack in the trophy lodge, and the biggest I can find are the coolest. But yeah, this is my random rack that I have, and he's so cool. Like, the medium racks for the random racks, they're just so neat, and I love them to death. Whereas the bigger racks are just weird. They look like pronghorns. So that is my only random rack. And then we got the 167, 170, non-typical. We have a 209. This is my biggest buck I've ever killed in this game. He's 209 with a 207. So that is currently our biggest 200. Our biggest 10-point, thick 10-pointer is 164 to 198. My piebald is 162 at 218. And then we also have the new 12-pointer, which is my only other 200 in the lodge, guys. And he scores 200 at 208. And that's my trophy lodge, guys. Like I said, some monsters in here. I spend a lot of time on this game. You guys have no idea how much time I spend hunting on this game. Yeah, the pronghorn rack is crazy, Prayer. It really is. She had 7 puppies. Oh, that's so sweet. He came from the Matrix. Yeah, he really did. I was just sitting there, and all of a sudden he just runs out of nowhere. Alright, guys. I gotta get the... Always make sure when you guys do the rut, get the climbing stand before you even start walking. The reason I say this is because if you hear the bucks grunting, you can jump into a tree really fast, and they will not spook as long as you make it high enough into the tree before they get to you. Now, again, I'm kind of relying on my stands here. So I'm going to stand here and count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to book it to my next tree stand. And I'm going to do the same thing. See if I hear grunting. Or running. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, then immediately before I go to my next tree stand... Oh, crap. The doe was right there. I hope I didn't spook the bucks, but that doe got... she just came out of nowhere, man. I hate that about the rut on this game. Like I said, if this game could change one thing, guys, it would be the fact that I wish that they would not feed deer into your map until after you get into your stand. It looks like the climbing stand did save me, though. I hope. I hope it did. So all I can do is just climb into a tree as fast as I can. But yeah, guys, I don't know if you guys agree with me on deer hunting camp, but I do kind of wish that in order to help the hunters make sure they don't spook anything on the way in, I do wish that you could either drive the car and the animals would not spawn in until you get out of the car, or vice versa. I wish that until you got into a tree stand, the deer would not come into your map. Oh my gosh, so I didn't spook any of them. I didn't spook any of them. The doe was right here and the bucks are coming in. I got so lucky, guys. Guys, we are lucky. So we got the little 8-point. I saw a bigger rack. I know I saw a bigger rack with them. I know there's more than just that 8-point. There's the other one. Okay, it looks like a random rack is the other buck that's with it. Yeah, it's a random rack. I can't tell if he's a good one or a bad random rack, though. Oh, wait, does he have brow tines? Hang on a second. That random rack has brow tines. That is so rare on a random rack to have brow tines. Dude, do we have 3 bucks chasing? What's the other buck? They're gonna take this guy, though. That's how fast this can happen, guys. Oh my goodness, that was insane. Dude, we didn't even get halfway into the day yet. Also, guys, get used to turning off your HUD in the game. The HUD is very cluttery. It really clutters up your screen. And as you guys can see, if you just learn to look for the cross in the middle of your screen whenever you're doing stuff, if you can get used to that, and then you can get used to using the wheel, it actually really makes the hunting experience a lot more enjoyable because you can see a lot more. So that's the other tip I give for you guys: is turn off your HUD and get used to using the weapon with the wheel, and using the plus symbol when you get close to trees to hang your stands and stuff. Because clearing up your screen and making it where there's nothing on here, it really does help the immersion. Like, it really does, guys. It makes it feel so realistic. Yeah, that was really fast, Prayer. Again, though, it's one of the reasons why you love deer hunting camp, man. Every day is different. Like, every single day is different. And as you guys saw, always make sure you place 3 tree stands on the way to your main stand. And during the rut, stop at every single one of them and count to 5. Do not attempt to get into your main stand until you know you can make it, or until you feel like you can make it. And always carry the climbing stand, because as you guys just saw, the climbing stand can save you when it comes to some very big things. That is such a thick antler on that right side, dude. I don't think I've ever seen this one. See, this is my point about the random racks, though, guys. As you guys can see, this antler goes straight up, and he has an antler coming off the back. That just isn't very natural, and that's kind of the reason why I'm not a very big fan of the randoms. But this one was actually kind of cool. That's why I shot him. I've never shot him before. And I'm intrigued to see what he scores. I'm not going to tax this one even if he makes 200 just because I'm not a big fan of the rack. But I do this for curiosity sometimes. Just shoot the randoms to see what they'd make. 194, guys. That is a 200 rack for the randoms. That is a random rack 200. But that is definitely not 200. I mean, you can look at that rack. That rack's only about 150 at the most. If that. I mean, like, I doubt it's even that much. All right, Prayer, you'll be back. All right, we'll see when you get back, man. We're still gonna be live for another for almost 2 hours, so you should be fine. I'll see you when you get back, buddy. Once again, need to get the climbing stand. I meant to put the tacks on the trees so I could see exactly where my tree stands were, but I forgot to do that during the scouting phase. Please let me make it this time. Please let me make it. Alright, we made it the second day. We're in here clean. Alright. We get to hunt out of the main stand today, guys. We got lucky on day number 2. Day number 2 brought some good luck, guys. We made it safely to the stand. Man, we just gotta wait for this pitch black day to go away. There's something behind me, actually. Oh. Oh, I didn't mean to grunt. I thought I had my flashlight out. I hope I didn't just mess up a rut and buck. What is this down here below me? The flashlight can't scare anything, guys, in case you're wondering. So whenever you have pitch black like this and you have a deer underneath you, you can use the flashlight to see what it is. Dude, what is... I hear something underneath me. It's like perfectly behind this tree right now. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's a little 4-point. Oh, we're good. What's the big buck? Let's see what he is. Guys, that is the 200 rack. Or at least it's a potential one. Guys, that is the new 12-pointer. The 12-pointer from last update is chasing the doe. So we know which buck we're after. We also have a golly, that is a giant random rack. Yeah, I'm still wanting the 12-pointer, but that random rack is insane. Like I said, guys, I believe creative maps, I believe they just pop off more than the base game maps. The base game maps are definitely a lot of fun to still hunt on, but I really do think that creative maps like give you just a huge jump as far as like seeing bigger bucks. Dude, I wonder if this one's gonna make 200. I've only ever killed one of these racks that makes 200. The new 12-pointer, as I call it, it can make 200. I do have one in the trophy lodge. But I'm wondering if this one's going to break the record, because I really don't know how big they can get. But all it is a waiting game now, guys. We just got to sit here and wait for the doe to bring them to us. Also, if you guys are enjoying today's stream, please make sure that you guys help support the channel by hitting the like button and subscribe for me. We got a 700 subscriber goal going on now, and we're hoping to hit 1,000 as soon as possible. I really would appreciate your all's assistance. Also, guys, I just want to let you all know, as far as Super Chats, memberships, and all that stuff is concerned, there is something going on in my life right now that I just wasn't thinking about the other day when I got approved. So that may or may not be coming to the channel. I have been approved for it, but there is something going on where I may not apply. It just depends on how it works. I'm not going anywhere. Do not worry about that. My channel is still going to be here for the fun of streaming and being here with you guys. I enjoy what I do, so I'm not leaving. And even if I'm not getting paid, I still would love to do what I do. So I'm not going anywhere. But there is something going on in my life right now where if that does pull through, then I may not have to worry about getting monetized. But like I said, guys, we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when it comes. If we do super chats and stuff, guys, it'll probably come within the next month or so. Just for an update on anybody wondering what happened to the super chat stuff and whatnot. It'll probably come by the end of August, maybe early September if we do the super chat stuff. I have to see how this thing in my life unfolds though before I dive into it. Come on, doe, bring us that big boy. I want to shoot him. Now this map, as you can see, has a lot of room. So sometimes I can be waiting for quite a little while before I actually get to shoot the buck. Sometimes. I was hunting the other day and I had 2 bucks chasing a doe on this map. Wait, there's the doe. No, that's a buck. I had 2 big boys that were chasing a doe the other day on here, and the doe kept coming by me, but the bucks would always be too far away from the doe. Like they kept getting held up in the trees and stuff, so they couldn't get like right behind her. And it was like towards the end of the day whenever I finally got a shot at one of the 200s, because it was a 200 and a little basket rack 8 that was chasing her. Or not basket rack 8, but like the generic 8-point. And it took me all day to finally just get a shot at the 200. Okay, that may be a bad sign, or it could just be okay. But the big random rack has stopped chasing, which isn't abnormal. They do have a new update on the game now where the deer will take breaks and feed for a little bit before they start chasing again. So, hopefully the big 12-point is still chasing the doe, and hopefully we'll still get a shot at him, because he's the one that we're targeting right now. And hopefully they didn't jump the fence. I don't know why, but there's certain days where where deer will just randomly leave your map. I don't know why they do that. But I have had days where I get a glimpse of a really big buck and then all of a sudden he's just gone. Just never see him again. So, we'll have to see. I don't know. Well, hang on. I thought I heard a grunt. I don't know if I heard a grunt there or not. I either did hear a grunt, but he was like right on the edge of me being able to hear him, and I only heard one. But I don't know if I heard a grunt there or not. Now, in case you guys are wondering why nothing is happening, I do know this map like the back of my hand. What's happening right now is that the doe is, if the doe is still on my map, she goes based on RNG. Her paths are determined by randomly like determined paths that she runs on. And right now, she is out in the thick areas of the map. So she's not down here where we are. She's basically running around on the outer parts of the map. Okay, so the big random rack is not chasing the doe. Oh wait, no, that's a medium rack. Never mind. That's a medium random rack. Okay, so no wonder why he's not chasing. That ain't one of the big boys. Okay, I thought he was the big one, but that's a medium-sized one. Never mind, guys. Take away everything I just said. They're probably still chasing the doe, just not here with us yet. They will make their rounds back through here again at some point. We just gotta wait on them. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it, man. Welcome to the stream, by the way, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Long time no see, buddy. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, I didn't sleep too good last night. I was supposed to do Water Park Simulator today, but I just didn't have the energy for it. Water Park Simulator is one of those games where you pretty much have to be feeling good to play it. And today I'm kind of in the game. It's really fast paced. So I figured that we'd just spend 3 hours on deer hunting camp. We haven't done a long deer hunting camp stream in a while. And I figured we'd just hunt on my custom maps. So this is DTG Woods. So you guys have already seen DTG River, so this is Woods. It's my second map that I created. And it's pretty good. We're currently waiting on a giant 12-pointer that is chasing a doe. He's the new 12-pointer that came out in the update before the last one. So, hopefully the doe will make her rounds through here eventually. Right now, they're just kind of out in the thick stuff running around. I haven't seen them in a little bit. I'm hoping that they didn't jump the fence, though. For whatever reason, like I was telling everybody, some hunts, for whatever reason, the doe that's being chased by the bucks will kind of like get too close to the fence. And I think I don't know if it's a bug or just a pathing error, but sometimes the doe will end up jumping the fence, and then the bucks that are chasing her will end up jumping the fence as well. And if they go out of render, they're taken off your map. So, I'm hoping that's not what's happened, and I'm hoping that they're just not running around us at the moment. Now, another thing that's also not on our side here is that the wind has picked up. I do not know why, but it seems like during the rut, if you get bad weather, the deer will just stop chasing, or you just won't see very much action. So, at the very beginning of the day, it was pretty weather, and I had 2 bucks chasing after the doe. And now we've got windy weather. I think it's raining even. And I think they've done a hot fix because there was a thumping noise in the background, and it's been turned down quite a bit. Like I don't even notice it hardly. So I think they've done a hot fix for it. And we didn't know about it because the sound of the thumping or the instrument top sound that I heard in the background is just barely noticeable now. Dude, I hope that the doe is still being chased, man. It's gonna be so unfortunate if the weather has messed up the does. Because anything that chases the does, I don't think this is intentional by the developers. But if you have bucks chasing does and then the weather makes them stop chasing the doe, they'll kind of just meander around the rest of the day. Like they'll act like they have no purpose on the map. The bucks that are chasing, and they'll just kind of like lollygag around the map all day, and they won't really respond to calls too well, and they just kind of just do their own thing. And the only way you really get to kill them at that point is if they just happen to walk underneath you. So, I am getting a little bit worried right now because it's been a little bit since I've seen the doe getting chased by the 2 bucks. And one of the bucks I think I saw earlier, he wasn't even chasing anymore. So, we'll have to see, but as of right now, I'm not seeing the running doe anywhere, and I haven't seen a sign of the big bucks either. So I'm just going to have to hope that they're still chasing. And they just haven't made their way back to the stand yet. My biggest of the 12 point is a 199. Oh gosh, that is so close, Zira. He was on one side of the fields map. I hope into the stand. I hopped into the stand closer to him and called, and he came barreling over to me. Oh my gosh, that is so lucky. The most risky play I've ever done called on him on deer hunting camp was on PSR Mountains, and I should have recorded it for you guys. It may have been on a live stream. I can't remember, but there was a buck that just would not come in, and it was literally at the last tick mark of the day. So I jumped out of the stand. The wind was blowing in my favor. So I just snuck over the side of the mountain, and the buck was on the opposite side, in that big grass field area, and I was able to get down underneath him and call him, and he actually came towards me enough to where I could get the muzzleloader shot at him. Because the big bucks, they just quit chasing. They just didn't. It was one of those weird ghost days where they were there, then all of a sudden you just never saw them again. And I had to get in close to just something, so there was like an 8-pointer that was walking around the map, and I literally stalked up to him and was able to get him with the muzzleloader. That was the most riskiest thing I've done. And I've tried that several more times since then, and I've just never had any luck. They've always busted me every time ever since then. So, I don't know if the AI got improved or what happened with that. Oh, whoop. Oh. That's just a generic 8-point. Never mind. That's just a generic 8-pointer while they're gagging around. Guys, I don't know. I think the weather has bit us in the butt this day. I think the weather screwed everything up. We had a giant 12-pointer. And now that the weather's turned bad, he's just not around. I have no idea where he's went. Let me check the trail camera, see if I hear grunting anywhere. Like I said, I'm just checking for grunts. If I could see the running doe, that would be awesome. But sometimes they do jump the fence, especially if it turns bad weather. I don't know why the game does that, and it's so annoying when it happens. But the deer on this game, if they're chasing does, and then all of a sudden the doe just the pathing gets messed up and they jump the fence, if the buck jumps the fence with them, they're just gone. And I don't think it's meant to be that way intentionally by the developers, but it can be very annoying when it happens. My day's going good, man. My day's going good, Micah. What's up, Willie? Or should I say Nelson? I don't know which one you want me to call you. But what's up, man? Hope you're doing well, buddy. Yeah, guys, day number 2, the first 2 days were amazing. The very first day, we got a big 174, 221 scoring, 221 pound, whitetail. The second day, we ended up getting, what was it? The second day, we ended up getting a 198 scoring on a random rack. That was just very unique. He actually had brow tines, and that's why I shot him. And now on day number 3, we had an absolutely enormous 12-pointer. That's the new rack of the 12-pointer, and it was chasing a doe. And sadly, the weather turned bad, as you guys can see and hear. It is now raining, and the wind is blowing. And that can usually screw up the rut. So, we are now... Whoop, I didn't mean to do trail camera. I meant to do binoculars. But we are now just waiting with our fingers crossed. Wait, did I hear a grunt? Did I hear a grunt? Yes, I did hear a grunt. Oh, I think they've resumed chasing. Because like I said, during the day, they will stop chasing for a while, then they'll go back to doing it. I hear grunting at least. So the big boy is still on the map. At least we know he's still here. I just don't know where he is. Okay, they are moving away. Guys, the chase is back on. They're after the doe again. The doe is running again, guys. Like I said, they'll take breaks. The doe, too, will also stop and start feeding for a while. And then she'll take off and start running, and the bucks will start chasing her again. And they finally have started chasing again, guys. So I heard them grunting. They were getting farther away in a fast pace. So all we got to do, we're now back on the waiting game, guys. We're now back to waiting for the doe to come underneath us, and hopefully they'll bring the buck right to us. Because he was an absolute massive 12-point. And I really want to get him. I just hope they come this way quickly. What's behind me? Doe. Alrighty. Got a doe, little bitty buck underneath us. You got your great one roe deer yesterday. It took 6,526 kills. Oh my gosh, man. Nelson, if you're subscribed to the channel, man, go to the community tab, take a screenshot of your great one if you want to, and share it with everybody if you want. I'll heart it. Like I said, guys, I need to get on my laptop and figure out what's going on because comments are turned off from my community tab for some reason, and I also can't see people's mentions. I will work on getting that re-enabled, guys. I don't know why it's disabled right now. I'll have to check my settings on my laptop. I haven't had time to get on there and check. Apparently, I can't access it from my phone. I heard a grunt. Where's it at? I'm hearing grunts. And I'm pretty sure they're chasing the doe. I just don't think that she's coming through here right now. Yeah, all it is a waiting game now, guys. We just gotta wait for the doe to bring us our monsters. Because I'm pretty sure they're chasing. I just heard grunts again. It's just a matter of patience right now. Like I said, the rain does dampen the rut for a little while, but it will pick back up at some point during the day, and they'll start chasing again. You just gotta hope that they didn't jump the fence and leave your map is all that's left for you to worry about. What's up, Prayer? Welcome back, man. You had to get your PC booted up, I hear that. Or booted up, should I say, as you spelled it? Cutting up with you. What community tab? So if you go to my channel itself, like actually click on my icon, go to my channel, you should see a place on there that says community. As long as you've been subscribed to the channel for more than 24 hours, you should be allowed to post your screenshots and videos on there, which I prefer to screenshots. Or if you're at least 13 years of age, you can also join my Discord if you want. The link is under my description of my channel, and there's a place called Hunting Trophies on there. And you're more than welcome to post like your diamonds, rares, and my great ones on there if you wish. I do try to check Discord first thing in the morning, and then maybe another time or two throughout the day, if I have time. But make sure you're at least 13 years of age, because we have one guy that sadly we have one person that wanted to join my Discord, and he was underage, and he got caught, and they banned him. And I had nothing to do with it, but sadly he ended up getting banned because they monitor messages, and the kid decided to tell me his age in one of the messages, and they banned him because of it. So just make sure that you guys make a legitimate account. Make sure that you guys are at least 13 years of age before you join Discord. I just don't want to see anybody getting kicked off or doing anything or cheating their way into it either. $200 plus piebald, dude. I don't think that the piebald can make 200. The rack that it has is a generic 10-pointer. It's like the same buck as the wide set 10-point, and I think the biggest I've seen that one make is like 160s, maybe, if I'm thinking of the same buck. But yeah, I don't think that the piebald can come as a 200. I think that it has a preset antler rack, and I think it's the thin 10-point. As far what I've seen, and yeah, the one that I have is like 164. So I don't think that he can be 200, sadly. Dude, where was the buck chasing the doe, or is it just out there grunting? Because we heard grunts, so we know the big boy is still on the map. But I can't tell if he's chasing a doe or if he's just meandering around the map and just grunting his head off. Because if the doe has quit running, then that means that the bucks are now just kind of doing their own thing. Which also means that there's going to be pointless NPC animals just walking around the map with no real purpose, unfortunately. Dude, I don't know what's going on with today. This is a rough day, man. For a rut hunt, this is rough. The weather has screwed everything up on us. Yeah, I'm blaming the weather for everything today, because the day started out beautiful. We had 2 giant bucks chasing the doe, and then as soon as the wind kicked up, everything just quit. And now I don't know what happened to the big boys. What animal is that up there? Whoop! Why do I have that out? Let me check the wind real quick. Even though it has nothing to do with you when you're in a tree stand. Make sure that the wind is blowing. Make sure it ain't in my dreams. I mean, I know I didn't sleep well, but surely I can tell when the wind's blowing. You don't see it? Hey, Zira, or anybody else in chat if that has used my, I think Prayer, I think you've used my community tab. Can you help help guide Nelson to the community tab for me? Like I said, I gotta keep the track of the game, and I can't really go and see how to get there. But yeah, you just want to click on my actual icon and go to my channel, and then there should be a tab somewhere on my channel that's for community, and you should be able to post your screenshots and stuff there. Yeah, I think Prayer's posted a couple things on there before. That's a dandy random rack. I like that rack. That's a medium-sized one, but those are the best ones for the randoms. Dude, I don't know what's happened to our big boys. This is a gutting day, guys. I think the wind screwed up the chasing doe, and now I think that the big boys have either left the map or they are just simply wandering around as mindless NPCs, because I just don't know if they're chasing anymore. And I'd hate to let that big 12-pointer go. Oh, wait, hang on. Hang on a second. Oh, I see. Okay, so that's the doe there. I see what's going on. Okay, so that is the doe because that buck was right behind her. And basically, I think that I've either bumped her earlier in the morning, and now she's no longer running. Because, yeah, you see he's following her. I think. Or is he just running around? No, that is definitely the doe. So, yeah, yeah, that's the doe because he's being magnetized to her. So yeah, guys, I've either bumped that doe and she is now just doing her own thing and she's actually the cause of the problems, or she's currently on break and actually not running and she'll return to the run state soon. But I didn't see our big 12-pointer. That's what scares me. I saw the big random rack, but I didn't see the big 12. What's that? Oh. I didn't even know you went underneath us, sir. Honestly, it's getting low on time. I didn't see the 12-pointer, guys. I don't know where he's went. And to be quite honest, I think I'll be okay taking this medium random rack. Just to make sure we get something. But yeah, it is getting low on time, and I just don't know what happens to the big 12. I think that he may have jumped the fence or something because he wasn't behind that doe. I don't know what happened to this random rack either. He was right here behind us, but oh, there he is. But I don't know if I can get him to come back to us or not. But, like I said, I usually don't shoot anything until the timer gets to the R. And we're already nearly there, so... if we can get this buck to come back to us, we'll shoot him. But if not, we'll just have to keep waiting. I want to make sure that I at least get a buck today if I can. But we're running short of time now. However, the rain has stopped, so... I guess we'll sit here and see if maybe the doe will start running now that the rain has quit. But yeah, that buck sadly didn't want nothing to do with our grunt collar, so we're just going to let him go. Guys, I'm sorry for this tough day. Like I said, it's part of deer hunting camp, man. It's very realistic. I mean, you have no idea how your days are going to go. Most days you'll shoot an animal, but you get days like this too where you see the big buck and he just doesn't want to come in. I mean, it happens. I've had piebalds show up, and then I just never see them again. I've had 200s show up, and then I just never see them again. It's very rare, but it does happen. There are days where the big boy just leaves your map for some reason. But it looks like this day may turn into one of those days where we just have to take anything. Okay, that's just a little guy. I thought that was the running doe there for a minute, and I was getting excited. But dude, I wonder what happened to the big 12. The big, thick 12-pointer was here earlier, and I don't know what's happened to him. What am I going to do for the Call of the Wild stream? Continue hunting fallow deer. And now Friday, I actually have 4 hours of stream. Because it's going to be from 2 to 6. So what I might do is I might do episode 2 of Water Park Simulator for the first 2 hours. And then for the last 2 hours, I might do the fallow grind. Because right now, I just feel like the fallow deer is going to be coming at any point. We're almost to the same kills that we had for our last great one. So I want to push it at least till 2,000 before I start doing other things again. So we're going to just stick with the fallow grind until I hit about 2,000. Because I'm at 1,600 right now. So as soon as I hit 2,000 kills, at that point I might start dragging in other great ones, my grinds to go along with it. But I just feel like the great one is going to show any time. So we'll be sticking with the fallow grind until we get to 2,000. Or until the great one shows up. Dude, it's turned into a ghost town all of a sudden. This ain't good. Yeah, at this point, guys, we're just have to shoot whatever buck comes our way. Today's looks like it's going to be a rough day, guys. We saw some big bucks, but the rain screwed us up. And I actually really do like that about the game. I mean, yeah, it's frustrating, but it makes it even more realistic. Because in real life, on bad weather days, bucks don't really like chase as hard as they do on clear days. So it does make sense that the rain can mess everything up if does are chasing, or if bucks are chasing rather. So I do like that, but it is frustrating. Dude, I don't want to shoot this buck. But guys, we're low on time. I don't think we have any other option. Sadly, we're going to have to go home with a little one today. Dude, did I miss that shot? It felt good. No, I got him. Oh, well. No, not there. Lower the gun, lower the gun, lower the gun. Come on, turn. I'd much rather have that guy. No, he was around us and I didn't know. Oh, man. I didn't know that he was anywhere around us, dude. I mean, that's the medium buck, but I'd much rather have him over the tiny one. Please tell me I hit him long range shot. I don't see him laying anywhere. No! I'm gonna go get the car and we're gonna check on him, but I really don't think we got him. Crap, dude. Alright, Prayer, sounds good, man. Thanks for stopping by the stream today. We'll still be live for another hour and 15 minutes if you can make it back, but if not, we'll see you Friday. And then I'll see you maybe tomorrow for the Great One God. Peace out, brother. Okay, guys, before I pick up this little guy, I'm going to go over here and just check the road and see if there's any chance of blood. Like I said, I doubt that we killed that buck. But you never know unless you go and check. I am not seeing any blood. I think we're going to have to go home with the baby. Dude, I did not know that medium-sized random rack was around, dude. I looked all around me before I shot, and I didn't see any evidence of him. Dude, he just came in running. Oh well, that's part of it. Let's go get our little Forky. This ain't him, is it? No, it's our Forky. Okay. Well, at least we got a buck. I mean, I guess that's the good news, is we ain't going home empty-handed, and we also didn't go home with a doe. So, at least we got a buck for the day. It just wasn't the buck we wanted. Yeah, guys, I think that what happened there, I think that the 12-pointer got messed up by the rain, and I think he ended up leaving our map. Because that does happen on rare occasions, especially during the rut. Again, I hope that the developers get on that and fix that. But I have noticed that whenever the rain starts, if the bucks if it interferes with the chasing bucks, they just get screwed up, and sometimes they can leave your map just because they're lollygagging around and they'll just end up jumping the fence. So, which I don't think it's by design at all. I just think that the deer just don't know what they're doing whenever they're not supposed to chase the does. So we'll have to see. Let's go ahead and get our final day of the rut started. It is so dark on this map in the mornings. Hopefully today we'll actually get one of the chasing bucks. Looks like we're going to get in here clean again. Beautiful. Dude, I love it whenever you get to a tree stand during the rut. Oh, man. Now the hardest part is just sitting here and waiting to see what happens. Let me get us a light going just so we can see something. Oh, man. I don't know what it is about this map. Whenever I hunt on a river, I can somewhat see in the mornings, even with the flashlight. Even though it's not, like, perfect, I can still see a little bit. But on this map, it's just pitch black. I mean, you can't see nothing until daybreak. Last day of the rut, guys. Hopefully we get a monster. What did I think of the 134 Forky? He's a beast, man. He's definitely one of the biggest bucks I've killed, that's for sure. No, man, I mean, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do on deer hunting camp. I mean, it's painful to have a day where you see monsters and they just leave, and then you're forced to take a little one at the end of the day. But, I mean, to me, as long as you come home with a buck, it's a successful day. I mean, that's the way I look at deer hunting camp. And it's also my way of consoling myself. At least you come home with an animal. That's really all that really matters, to be honest. I mean, yeah, you definitely want a big buck every day if you can, but some seasons, like you guys just saw, some seasons you just don't get lucky. You'll see the big boy, and then he'll just leave, and you just don't have nothing you can do about it. Mila, stop scratching. Stop it. Hi, baby. So my dog gets up, takes a big stretch, decides that she has an itch under her belly, then whenever I tell her to quit, she wants to come over here and start cuddling. Mimi, you can't get in Daddy's lap right now. He's busy. I know you're clean, but you can't get up here. I'm sorry, Mimi. Go lay down. Oh, that you got. I'm so sorry, Zero. I just now saw your second text that you got. I'll have to go and look at him. I don't know if I got to see him or if I did. If it's on Discord, Zero, and I have not reacted to it, then I haven't seen it. So I will check Discord after the stream today, and if I haven't seen it yet, I'll make sure I look at it. Okay? Is that the doe? Was that the doe? Yes, it is. Okay. Here we go, guys. Is there any big bucks behind her? Or is it a dud day? I don't hear grunts. Some days you don't have any bucks chasing. Some days you do. I don't know if she has a buck with her. That's not very good. Because on the days that you get a running doe without bucks, that usually means one of only two things. Number one, none of the bucks are rutting, and they're all just doing their own thing, which is still fine because that means they're going to operate like normal. But it's just annoying because they won't be chasing the doe. Or number two, you have a day where you don't have a single mature deer on your map. Where you just get what's called a dud day, in my opinion. And it's basically where just everything on your map is just nothing of size. And you might have to be forced to take a medium-sized animal or smaller. That's unfortunate, guys. That was the running doe, and she does not have a buck behind her. Dude, this is a tough season. It started out with a bang, and now it's kind of going out with a whimper, man. I mean, we still got 2 more days of rifle season after this, and this map has produced some giants for me during the rifle season. But dude, that's kind of disappointing, man. I mean, I hate that our last day of the rut, there's nothing chasing the doe. Thought maybe that one might be walking out in front of the camera, but it's going away from it. Nothing there. There's a little random rack. At least we got a buck on the map. At least we know that that ain't all does. Again, it's not really something I'm too interested in shooting at the moment, but... See anything in the field? Yeah, this looks like it might be a dud day, guys. I hate that. But usually on days where there's nothing chasing the does, now I've found some big bucks that just simply ain't chasing. I mean, that definitely happens. But on days like today where there's nothing chasing the doe, I usually give it about half the day. And if I haven't seen anything worth of size, I just shoot the first buck that comes my way. Because it just happens sometimes, guys. Again, very realistic hunting simulator. You never know what you're going to see each day. You're never guaranteed a big buck, and you're never guaranteed to kill a big buck if you see one. So, but that's part of the reason I love this game so much. It's just not predictable at all. Let's see what's on YouTube today. Oh my gosh, D-Train Games has another water park simulator. That guy is so funny. I'm gonna go and subscribe to his channel, hit the like button. He's so great. I'm kidding, guys. I'm not that cocky. I'm just trying to be funny. Trying to pass time. Oh, he killed another record buck. Oh my gosh, he's my favorite person in the world. Again, guys, I'm not being cocky. I'm just trying to pass the time. Just being funny. Just being stupid. Yeah, there's the doe again, guys. I don't hear any grunts. This is really sad because that doe is actually running in very good directions. Like if she had a buck tailing her right now, that'd probably be a dead buck right there. But sadly, there's just nothing behind her, guys. I just really don't. I'm not feeling this day. I think we've got a dud. It's been a while since I've had a dud day, but they usually only happen to me on River. Like on DGG River, I do have dud days about once every other season, where just the rut just isn't producing any big bucks. But it's pretty rare for this map, to be honest. Most of the time, you have at least one buck chasing the doe. But it seems like today is a different story. All we can do is keep checking the trail cameras and just keep looking at the field. And I think the first decent buck that comes underneath us, I'll probably go ahead and just shoot. Because on days like today where I don't see any quality bucks and I don't hear grunting... Oh, never mind. Non-typical. That is a non-typical. Yeah, so they're just not chasing. Whew. Never mind, guys. We got a target buck. Where's that at? Dude, he's on the other side of the map, man. He's like way over there. Oh, dude, we have a target buck, but I don't know if we're going to get him. He's just kind of following the trails. We got a big non-typical on the map, though. Big drop time buck. I would love to get him today. But sadly, he's not chasing the doe for some reason. He should be, but he's not. They just ain't rutting. The deer are just walking around doing their own thing. Either that, or else the doe passed me up early in the morning and I didn't see her, and then I bumped the bucks. Because that could be a possibility, too, is that the bucks spotted me before I could hear their grunts. But, I mean, I really doubt that, though. Raven, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. We've had a pretty good season so far. Opening day, we got a big 12-pointer. That was 3 pounds shy of my record. It was 174, 221. Second day, we got a what was the second day's buck? I can't remember the second day's buck for the life of me. From a random rack. Day 3, we spotted the new big thick 12-point. That made 200 in my trophy lodge, and sadly we just saw him one time, and then I think he left our map because I never saw him again, and I was forced to take a little forky at the end of the day. And then now today we have a non-typical that has made an appearance, but he's not chasing the doe. So we definitely have a target buck on the map right now. He's just only been on the trail camera though. We haven't seen him actually out here in the field yet. But we do have a big non-typical somewhere on the map. Yeah, well, welcome, Raven. Glad to have you today in the stream. I was going to do the next part of a water park simulator today, but I didn't sleep very well last night, and I don't have as much energy as I normally have. So I figured that we'd just do something more chill today and just kind of hunt, just kind of sit back in a tree stand and watch for trophies. So that's kind of what we're doing. There's another decent looking buck, unless it's the same guy. Is that a non-typical or is that a different buck? That's our non-tip. Dude, there's a doe right there. Do you hear? Go get her. Go get her. Get that doe. Okay, or don't. Good news is he's coming towards the field, and I should be able to see him now. He's on the road, so I should be able to see him. Let me see if I can find him. Where are you, buddy? There's the running doe with nothing behind her as usual. Or at least today, at least. Did he turn around? Dude, he turned around. Yeah, I think that he was probably chasing the doe, and I think that he spotted me on the way into the tree stand this morning. I think is what's happened. I think I've bumped the buck. I haven't spooked him, like made him leave the map, but I think I interrupted his. No, he's doing scrapes. So yeah, that's what he's supposed to be doing then. Never mind. So yeah, he's just out here doing his own thing and just doesn't want to chase those. But yeah, that's our big non-tip, and that's the buck that we're currently after. Like I said, it's just a matter of figuring out when he's going to get here. We'll give him one call and just see. I doubt he can hear us from this far away, but we'll see if maybe the game knows that I'm trying to target him and just kind of helps the buck come this direction. In the meantime, I can't let my guard down, though. You never know what else could be on the map. There was one day where I had a big 12-pointer on the map, and I was aiming for him all day, and then just out of nowhere, a piebald was underneath me. And, yeah, piebalds take priority. To me, the only thing... Now, if a 200 is on the map, then I'll take the 200 over the piebald. But usually if a piebald shows up, it usually takes priority. Because they're really rare in this game, the piebald bucks are, and I've killed 2 of them. Maybe 3. Yeah, 3 of them. I've killed 3 piebalds. And I have over 160 hours on the game, so... If that tells you guys anything about how rare the piebalds are, they are pretty rare. What's up, little dude? Hey, can you go up there and get that big buck and bring him down here? I just tell him I want to talk. Please? I'd appreciate it. Okay, or just keep doing what you want to do. You can never find any good help around these parts these days. Yeah, that 12-pointer, I don't know if he's going to come into the field or not today. Or not 12-pointer, but non-typical. But like I said, we're going to give him all the day that we possibly can. As long as we keep seeing him on the map, I'm not going to let my guard down. All it takes is for him to be randomly running through the field or to come into the field and feed, which I think that was him on the side of the screen there. I think he's still walking away from the road now. But that's all it's really going to take is just for him to get on the right trail and come down to the food or get hungry or something. You got some sun chips? What color do you like best? I love the blue. Like the classic sun chips, I love those. Those chips are so good, Raven. I've had the cheese ones too, and they're pretty good, but I prefer the blue. The classic blue bag has always been my favorite. I just love the way that they taste, man. They're so fresh, so crispy. Oh, you're making me want some, actually. I just don't have any. Also, guys, once again, if you guys are enjoying today's stream, please make sure you guys help support the channel by hitting the like button for me. Also, make sure you guys subscribe. I really would appreciate your all's support as we're trying to make it to 700 subscribers, and hopefully we'll hit 1,000 by the end of the year is my goal, guys. Also, guys, just as a reminder, super chats and memberships. I was just very excited the other day whenever I announced that. There is something currently going on in my life, and depending on if it pulls through or not will depend on if I even do the super chats and stuff. Again, I can't get detailed about it. It's pretty personal, but there is something that that could happen that makes it to where I really wouldn't need the extra monetization from YouTube. But again, guys, I'm not going anywhere. I love doing what I do, so I will still continue to stream even if it's for free. Because I just love being on here chatting with you guys and growing a channel with you all. Even if it doesn't make me income, I still just love doing what I do. So the channel is not going anywhere. Rain again? Are you serious? Ugh. Well, no wonder why the buck ain't chasing the doe. It's a bad weather day again. But yeah, guys, just to let you all know about the super chats and stuff. I was just overly excited the other day whenever I said they would definitely be coming to the channel. Like I said, I have been approved for it, but there is something going on this week that I need to see through before I figure out if I'm actually going to apply. So we'll figure it all out, and I'll keep you guys updated over time. What's up, Ninja? Welcome to the stream, man. Hope you're doing well. I appreciate you stopping in and seeing us. Hope you're doing good, buddy. We're just currently after some monsters. We've got our first deer of the day was I don't know why I'm getting tongue tied again. Our first deer of the day on here was a really big. It's escaping me. I'm so sorry. Second deer of the day was a really big non-typical that scored a 198. The first deer of the day was a 174, 221 pound a 12-pointer. And then we had to shoot a forky on the third day because unfortunately the big bucks just never came in, and it was the end of the day, so I had to shoot something. And then now we are being eluded by a non-tip that is not chasing the doe. He's just kind of wandering around the map doing his own thing, and I'm gonna give him the whole day too and see if we can get him killed. But yeah, man, I appreciate you stopping by and supporting a smaller streamer. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yes, it is deer. Unless you're bigger than me, I don't know if you're bigger than me or not. I just saw you're a fellow streamer. But I appreciate your support either way. Yes, it is deer hunting camp. Yes, sir. And you're actually a female? Oh, okay, no big deal. No big deal. Yes, ma'am, then, in that fact. I actually really respect people that tell me what they are just so I make sure I don't misgender them. So I really appreciate you letting me know that. But yeah, yeah, that's currently what we're doing today. I was supposed to do a water park simulator today, and then I was going to do Call of the Wild on Friday. But I didn't sleep too good last night, so I felt like that I just want to play a more chill game. So I felt that we would just sit back in a tree stand and see what trophies we can find today. Yeah, hopefully your day is going really well, Ninja. What's this be? Still just our little buck. Keep coming around, man. And like I said, if the time runs out, I would like to shoot you as a last minute buck. I don't mind to shoot him as a last minute deer, but I'm gonna give this non-tip as much time as I possibly can because we keep seeing him on and off, but he just won't come to the field. I think that what happened is that early in the morning, it is during the rut right now, and I think early in the morning he may have been chasing the doe, and I think that the doe may have went by us and not spooked, but I think we bumped the buck. And now I think he's just kind of like meandering around, just doing random stuff instead of actually like having purpose, if that makes sense. I think that's him out there in the distance, actually. He's locked this camera all day. He's been in this one particular spot on camera 2 and camera 3. He just don't want to come into the field for some reason. That's all you can do on this game to try to get a big buck is just wait and wait. Yes, this game does have trail cameras. It has trail cameras. You can put up 3 different tree stands. It has a rut where the bucks actually chase the does. It has a weather system. It's very realistic for a small budget game. I mean, like, it's easily the second best hunting game out there right now, right beside Call of the Wild, in my personal opinion. And then whenever Way of the Hunter comes out later in the year, I'll have to play it before I can tell like which one comes in third. But as of right now, it is my favorite hunting game to play on my solo, like whenever I'm not streaming. And then whenever I am streaming, it just depends on the day. Some days I like streaming Great One Grinds more than I do a deer hunting camp, but some days I just want to play chill, you know? So we'll just kind of do our own thing. Ninja, you're a pretty big channel, by the way. I don't mind if you want to, like I said, don't advertise, obviously, but if you want to tell me some facts about your channel, like what you do and stuff. I don't know if you're bigger than me and you're just trying to help support a smaller YouTuber, or if you're about the same size or what it is, but like I said, I appreciate you coming in either way. It just seemed like there's a lot of people in my chat that knows who you are, and I don't mean anything about it, but I've never heard of you. But I might check you out today, now that I know that you're a streamer. Oh yeah, Project Hunt seems like it's going to be a really good game too, Ninja. It really does. Like I said, I've seen some of Scarecrow's videos on that one, and Project Hunt seems like it's really good. I just think they need to work on the animal AI a little bit more. I think they need to give them a little bit more realistic behaviors. But outside of that, it's actually really good. I think it's a really solid game for what it's trying to be. Oh, okay. Got you, Raven. Got you. Gotcha, Ninja. Gotcha. Yeah, my live streams, I mean, like, I'm only 685 people strong, but I've been doing it for like right at 2 years. I'm just under 2 years of actually streaming Call of the Wild. But my channel has been very successful for views, though. And my channel has nearly 200,000 views on the channel. And that's just been over the past, like, 2.5 years. So, for my channel views, it's actually really good. But my subscriber count is just, it's having a hard time climbing. My channel's pretty spurty. So like I'll have like nothing going on, and then I'll get like several subscribers at once. But I love doing what I do. I love doing hunting games. I love doing outside games as well. If you want to check out our water park simulator streams that we've done, they've been a lot of fun and been funny as well. I've been having a lot of fun doing those. But yeah, my channel is kind of a mixture channel. It is mostly a hunting channel. So we mostly do like Call of the Wild and deer hunting camp and stuff like that. But I also like to extend and make playthroughs for storyliners. And I also love to stream like games such as Water Park Simulator and things like that as well. So my channel's a little bit more variety than it is just a certain kind of content. But hunting games are primarily what my focus is. I just like to extend out and do other things along the way to keep myself from getting burned out. Oh, gotcha, Zero. Thank you, Ninja. I really appreciate you guys. Shout out to Ninja, by the way, for anybody that's that's here in the stream. Anytime a content creator comes into my stream and helps support the channel, it means the world to me. So shout out to you as well, Ninja. And yeah, if I do get to see any of your streams, I will try to pop in. I'm pretty busy outside of live streams. Currently I'm the one who takes care of the house and does a few other things around because of my life, because of what's going on in my life. But like I said, on any free days, I do try to pop into YouTube and to see what's going on. So if I do see you live, I will try to pop in. But yeah, I really do appreciate you coming in and letting me know that you'll help do my shout out my channel and stuff. I really appreciate it. Oh, I hear you, Ninja. Those are all pretty solid games. Funny enough, the reason I don't play Red Dead is because I hate having to mash X in order to run the horses. Like that's the main reason I don't play it. Is because I don't like having to tap X over and over again. And I've never played Planet Zoo. And honestly, the first simulator, like actual like building a business simulator I ever played was Water Park Simulator. So it's actually my very first simulator game other than like hunting and fishing games. So I might try to give that one a try at some point in the future if it's for PS5. Everything I do is on PlayStation 5, so we'll have to check it out if it's available to me. But we'll see. But the other games that I play, I like superhero games. I like Horizon. I love certain Assassin's Creeds. I really love Marvel Rivals. I play a lot of Deer Hunting Camp, a lot of Call of the Wild. I will play Way of the Hunter later this year whenever it comes out. I'll be doing a launch day stream for Wolverine, and then I'll be doing a playthrough for it later on. I have a playthrough for Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced that'll be coming out after New Game Plus is released. So yeah, I do quite a bit of different things on the channel. Honestly, guys, I think that sadly we're gonna have to go 2 days in a row of small bucks. I know that we have the non-typical, but I really just don't think he's going to come in. I think I bumped him earlier in the morning because he's just not acting too normal. He hasn't came into the food plot just yet. And I honestly have not seen him in a very long time. But before I go ahead and shoot this deer, if he's still around anyways, I just want to look around one more time and make sure that I don't see him anywhere. Okay. Guys, if I miss this buck, it's okay. Nope, we didn't miss him. That looked like it may have been a little bit of a long shot there. But yeah, this has been a tough season, guys. I mean, like I said, we had 2 monsters, and now we've been forced to take 2 little ones. We're just having bad luck as far as the big bruisers are concerned. However, we're now getting into a really good part of the season on this map. The rut in the late season is what I make this map for. So during the rifle season, I usually get a pretty decent buck during the rifles. And now that we've got 2 small ones, I'm guessing that we're going to get 2 big ones in the last 2 days. That's at least what I'm hoping is going to happen. If you want the best theme park sim, it's Planet Coaster 2. I'm not sure if I would enjoy roller coaster simulators. I don't know. If you've never played Water Park Simulator, it's like very involved. And I just absolutely love the feeling of the game. But like I said, I may extend after I get 5-star rating on my water park sim. I'm planning on maybe doing another stream or two after I get 5 stars. But once my water park is complete and I've got 5 stars, I'm gonna go ahead and consider the playthrough done, and I probably won't bring it back to the channel after. I'll probably just free play with it. But I may extend into doing like other simulators, so I will maybe consider that in the future, Ninja. Also, Ninja, you don't have to if you don't want to, but during your streams, like I said, I'm very busy. That's one of the reasons why I really can't make it to very many streams. Like I can't even watch Flinter or Scarecrow's streams because my hands are full most days outside of my streams that I do. I just have to set aside time to where I can stream. But during your streams, if you would do me a favor and maybe give my channel a shout out and just let people know that I'm trying to grow my channel, I really would appreciate it. Um, I've recently been approved for like the super chats and memberships and stuff, so that's my first milestone. I'm not currently signing up for it just yet because there is something going on in my life where I may not be able to sign up for it. But I still would love for my channel to be big, and I still love to have a big crowd of people and really turn it into something special. So, like I said, if you could give me a shout out maybe during one of your streams and just let people know that there's a new channel called D Train Games. I would really appreciate it. But again, I understand it's your channel. You probably don't want to promote other channels during your streams. But if you would like to help me grow, I really would appreciate you, because this is a dream of mine. So to be big on YouTube and really try to make something, I'm sure it is for you too. But like I said, anytime a new streamer comes into my channel or subscribes to my channel, I'm always shouting them out, and stuff like that. So like I said, I really do appreciate your time coming on my stream today and visiting a smaller streamer, because we really don't get as much love as we should, in my opinion. Thank you, Ninja. I really appreciate you. Yeah, I appreciate you so much, Ninja. Also, I know you probably have your own platform, but if you want to join my Discord, Ninja, or if you want to subscribe to my channel, my Discord is under my description. I try to keep my chat clean, so no matter what game we play, it doesn't matter if it's rated M or whatever. I don't really welcome like really heavy language into my chats just because I don't like reading it. But like I said, I try to keep my channel pretty clean, and I try to be as friendly as I can. Like I said, the way that I'm talking now is how I am in real life. I'm very Christian based in real life, so I don't curse. I don't swear or anything, and I try to be as courteous and polite to people as I can. And I try to treat my Discords and stuff like that the same. But if you want to join my Discord, feel free to, and stuff like that. I've already friended Jay Biz. He actually friended me on there, and I don't really stay in touch with him too much just because he's really busy, and I don't have a lot of time to check Discord. But if you want to join the Discord, I do have a place on there for like hunting trophies. And if you want to post like a lot like screenshots of the trophies that you're getting and stuff on the hunting trophies tab, you're more than welcome to. I do react to them every day. Oh, that's awesome, Ninja. That is awesome. Also, Ninja, I'm hoping to break 1,000 subscribers, and if you want to do collabs or anything in the future, I will start doing collabs after 1,000. Maybe even around the 800 to 900 mark as well, because like I said, I do want to look to grow my channel. So, like I said, it'll probably have to be through live stream if possible. I have to learn how to use Discord so that way I can communicate with people. That is a buck. Hang on a second. I'm sorry, I was talking. There's a buck in my field. How big are you? Oh, it's one of the random racks. Okay, we're good. Like I said, I don't really care too much for them. I want to see if there's anything else in my field before I shoot him. But either way, like I said, I am going to be more open to doing collabs with people that, as long as they're around my same size or bigger than me, by a little bit, I would be willing to do collabs with people after about 800 to 1,000. So, oh, if you're a PC gamer, yeah, I don't do PC. Unfortunately, everything I do is on PS5. So, yeah, if you're a PC player, unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to do that with you. Like I said, that's the hardest part about what I do, is that I was raised on consoles, so I just don't really play PC because that's not what I'm used to. And yeah, it's hard for me to find like big name content creators that are on PS5 or PS4. So if you're on PC, I appreciate it either way. I mean, like I said, we can definitely. I have like certain things that I do at the end of the year. We have like favorite trophy competitions that we do at the end of the year and different things like that. And then what makes my channel unique is that at the end of every single month, I do a stream where I open my maps to the public, and we do a big multiplayer hunt together for about 3 to 4 hours. And I'm trying to grow my channel that way as well. Like I said, I really want my channel to be very community based. I want everybody to feel like family here on my channel. I don't want any heavy language or anybody being rude to others. So, like I said, I try my best to be very involved with everybody on my channel, and I'm always trying to check Discord and community tab every day if I can. And yeah, and like I said, I hunt with people over open comms and everything at the end of every month. So that's what I'm doing to try to make my channel very unique. It's just I'm learning how to communicate with people, if that makes sense. I've been doing this for almost 2 years, but it's been by myself. And if I'm going to like collab with people, or if I'm going to be involved with other YouTubers, I need to learn how to do it properly, because I would like my name to get spread around the community some more. And yeah, I mean, if I could ever get hired by Expansive Worlds to show off their stuff and whatnot, that'd be amazing. But honestly, I'm fine just being a variety streamer and just mainly focusing on hunting games, but play other things as well. But yeah, like I said, there's a lot of dreams that I have that I wouldn't mind pursuing, as is with any content creator. Oh, gotcha, Ninja. Yeah, thank you, Raven. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, Ninja. But yeah, Raven and Zero. I'm telling you, those have been some of my best mods. Zero has the best attendance on my channel. She is usually here for every single one of my streams, and she hangs out with me throughout the duration of the stream. Raven tries to come in as much as she can. So those are some of my two best mods that I have. We also got Colton Crane, who is very educated in Call of the Wild, and very mature for his age, and he's a really good mod as well. And then we have Wolf Boss, who can't really be in the streams too much anymore because he has a job that keeps him away from the streams a lot of the time. But he was one of the best attendees as well in the past, and I've modded him as well, and he's really good. So, yeah, I'm sure you know that Zero and Raven are really good mods. I'm happy to have them as moderators on my channel. And everybody else that mods for my channel too, you guys are doing great as well when you guys can be here. Just like I said, I have some mods that prefer to only be here during hunting games, which is totally understandable. But it is nice to have some mods that are like really dedicated and trying to be there for every game I play. I got to 167 on Wolfgrind, by the way. I don't know if I told you I started one. No, you did not tell me, Raven. But hopefully, my guide tomorrow. I'm going to be putting out a Great One guide tomorrow for the Great One Wolf. I try to make it very simplistic, but also everything you need to know in one. But yeah, hopefully my guide will help you tomorrow, Raven. Like I said, I will show basically the way that I'm going to start doing my Great One guides from now on is I'm going to show you guys where all you can find the animal, number one, what it takes to make diamond, what their rares are, and then after I show you all that information, I will then tell you guys like what kind of places I look for in the grind, what kind of places I avoid, whether I do HM and how I do it if I do HM. And then I'll wrap the video up by actually showing you guys a map of where I set up personally, and then you guys can set up on the same places as I did if it works for you. And that's pretty much how I'm going to do my guides from now on. So I'm going to try to make it go by section. The last 3 guides that I did, I felt like they were kind of jumbled together. I felt like I was too jumpy, like from one section to another. So I'm going to try my best to make it more ADHD friendly if I can, and make it to where it's easier for me to keep up with it. Oh, there we go. Guys, our big 12 pointer's back. The big 12 point came back. I don't know if it's the same buck or just another rack. Dude, that's kind of a bummer at the same time, too, though. That means that if we would have got that 12 pointer earlier in the season, we could have doubled up with 2 different of these 12 pointers. I don't know if he'll come in, but we need him to come to the edge of the field. Any deer that comes to the very edge of the field, guys, I can shoot no matter where they are. This field is my marker for my distance. So as long as they are touching my field on any parts of this field, I can shoot them. Ninja, if you're in the chat, are you mostly when it comes to Call of the Wild, are you mostly a Great One grinder, or are you a free roamer? Like I said, I try my best to go and visit other people's channels when I can. It's just I'm very busy, and where I have severe ADHD, it's hard for me to remember to do so. But it has nothing to do with not wanting to support people or not wanting to be there. It's literally just whenever I have so much on my plate every day, it is just tough for me to remember to go stop by people's streams and try to help support them. Like I do want to scratch others' backs that scratches mine. It's just so hard for me to do so. It's hard for me to remember to do so. But I would like to. Okay, that big boy's still right there. That's good. You got a max score diamond? Let's go. W Raven, let's go, man. What a wolf. I don't know if I got any max scores. I probably do. I just don't really pay much attention to the wolf scores. Do you guys mind? I'm trying to talk to chat. Get out of here, geese. Good grief. That's right. Keep flying. Where am I hearing that at? Oh, it's underneath me. It's a little bitty guy. Excuse me. If you guys heard that, I apologize. I had a hiccup that turned into a burp. So if you guys heard that, I apologize. Raven, what is max score for the wolf diamonds? Like I said, I don't really pay much attention to the score on the wolves because of the fact that they don't have headgear. The only time I really pay attention to the score is on, like, antlered animals. For me, if it makes diamond, it made diamond. Yeah, what is the max score for the wolf? Because I don't know. Guys, I am sorry that this one season has taken so long. Most of the time on deer hunting camp, most seasons only take about an hour at the most, especially if you have a good season. But this season started out strong and has kind of slowed down for us, unfortunately. This map usually does have a lot of deer activity on it, but we've unfortunately drew a bad season, as far as, like, activity is concerned. A lot of the bucks that we've seen have just not been wanting to come to the field this time around, or have been very complicated to get to come to us. So I just wanted to say I am sorry from that it's taken so long, guys. Hope you guys still have enjoyed the stream. But yeah, I can't control what happens on the game, and sometimes seasons just last a while, especially if you have a rough one like we've had today, where just nothing seems to want to come in, and you have to sit here and wait for it. What's that? There's something in the field. That's a doe. Okay. And once again, the big 12 pointer is now eluding us. We did see him again, but I don't know where he's went. Is that him there? Guys, the big 12 is almost in shooting range. He's right there, guys. There's our target buck, everybody. As soon as he touches our field, I'll be able to shoot him. I don't think... this is definitely a different deer, guys. The very first 12-pointer we saw was a lot bigger than he is. This is definitely like a medium-sized rack, I think, for this one, at least from the distance I can see. But that is our target buck, is the new 12-point, as I call it. But I love that rack, man. If he walks into our field, I'm just going to let him get into the field as much as I can, and I'll just bust him. I do not like your rack, Mr. Pronghorn. Keep walking. Dude, I wish that they would give more curvature to these bigger bucks. Like, the medium racks are actually really cool to look at because they're always different. But the big boy random racks on this game, man, they need a little bit of work. I mean, the racks don't curve around naturally like a normal antler would. And they're sticking off the back part of the antler, so instead of the top. Like I said, they just need a little bit of work, and then at that point, I think the random racks would be great. They're good right now, but in order for them to be great, they just need to make a little bit more sense and be a little more natural. Guys, we will get to shoot this buck. I can tell right now he's going to come into range. He is touching our field, but he's kind of close to that tree right there. I don't really want to take that shot. Okay, if he clears that tree, I should be able to get him. Like I said, I just don't want to... These hit boxes are crazy, and I just don't want to shoot him between stuff. But yeah, I can shoot anything as long as they're touching the grass on the side of my field. I just need him to take a couple steps forward. Come on, big boy. I'm tempted to call at him, but I'm afraid I might spook him. He's doing his own thing right now, and I'm just too afraid that if I call, he's gonna take off at a trot. Come on. It's just like real life. You're just sitting there like, take another step. Oh, you're fine, Raven. No big deal. Raven, I did ask you a question, though. What is max score for Diamond Wolf? Is it 40? Am I thinking of a different animal? All right, here we go, guys. This should be our shot right here. Please don't hit that branch. Nailed him. We got a big buck. I told you guys, usually if you get a couple of little ones, you're going to end up ending the season with big ones. So we did get the new 12-pointer, but unfortunately, I think this one's smaller than the first one that we saw. But still, I'm so happy to get that rack. Thank you, Raven. I appreciate it. Yeah, so I do have a few max estimates then. I know that I have some 40 level wolves. I don't know where they are or anything. I don't have any super rares, sadly. But yeah, I have several from my wolf grind. I've had several max scoring ones. That is awesome, Raven. W though. Those are great trophies. Also, thank you for the compliment on the shot. Yeah, I intentionally made my so I've spent a lot of time on this game. I mean, I'm sure you guys can't tell, but I've spent a ton of time on this game at the target range, just learning arrow drop, learning on the bullet drop on the game. And I have found that this distance, like, as long as the deer looks pretty big in your scope, you can usually hit the shot. So if you guys are doing the rifle hunts, as long as you can pull up your scope and the deer takes up a pretty decent amount of your scope, it's in range. Okay, so remember that, guys. If the deer looks small in your scope, you're too far away. That's how I judge the rifle shooting on the game. Is that if you pull up your scope and the deer that you're wanting to shoot is kind of big in the scope, you can usually nail the shot. But the further away, you'll have to aim a little bit higher, like I just did. As you guys noticed, that deer was a little bit medium-sized in the scope, so I aimed just a teeny tiny bit high on the shoulders. Dude, I wish these cars would drive a little bit faster. There we go. All right, let's see what he scored. 197? And he's heavier than my 200. Oh my gosh. So he's bigger in pounds than my personal best 200 rack of this, but he's 3 points shy of my record. That is a monster, dude. I didn't think he was that big. Okay. I see you, Deer Hunting Camp. I see you. Not big enough to tax, guys. My biggest one of that rack is 200. But that was still insane. You're almost to 2,000 hours on Call of the Wild. Oh my gosh, Raven. Yeah. For me, combined time, I think right now I'm like at 3,800 and something if I combine my PS4 time. But yeah, on PS5, I'm like 2,800, I think. Like 2817, I think is where I was last time I looked. But I know that I had like 23 to 2,400 on PS4. So, and I didn't even great one grind. I think the only great one I got off the PS4 was my very first whitetail and my very first red deer. Every other great one I've gotten on PS5, I believe. So I did 2 grinds, one at 350, then the other one was 1,800. So get in the stand. There you go. Another thing I wish that they would update about this game is I wish you could interact with stuff while you had your flashlight out. It would be so handy if you know, during the rut especially, if you could be walking down a trail like this and need to jump into a tree fast, so you could literally just look at the tree with your flashlight and just immediately start climbing. That'd be so handy. Or if you just needed to pick something up. I mean, like, that's another improvement I wish that they would add to Deer Hunting Camp. Is that I just wish that they would make it to where the flashlight would you'd be able to interact with stuff while holding the flashlight. And then honestly, the only other update besides fixing the random racks that I would say that the Deer Hunting Camp needs to be perfect, is that they need to allow any weapon to be used during the rut. Because all over the world, you're usually allowed to use the rifle during the rut, and to me, it just doesn't make sense that you're forced to use a muzzleloader or a bow and arrow. Because usually, especially here in Kentucky, you're allowed to use any weapon as long as it's a proper caliber. So you can use pistols, you can use shotguns, you can use rifles, muzzleloaders, bows. It really doesn't matter what you use as long as it's a legal caliber. And I really wish that would reflect on this game. I wish you could use any weapon you wanted to in the fall of the season. And then in order to balance it out, at the end of the year, they should make it like it currently is, where it's just bows or rifles. Because that's how Kentucky works. Is that in the early season it's crossbows and compound bows or recurve, and then during the rut it's anything as long as it meets requirements. And then in the fall of the year it's only depending on which part of the year you're in. If you're in November, it's rifle only because that's during the rut. But it's anything during the rut. And then like winter season, like December, there's like a couple of times for muzzleloader, but there's no more rifle after that. Like in Kentucky, you only get to rifle hunt during the rut. So that is another change I hope will come to the game at some point. That's a 12 point, ain't it? Yeah, I think that's a 12-pointer. Buddy, you're going the wrong way. Come back. I would not mind to end the season with you, sir. Oh, please. Oh, please come back. I'll be your best friend. No? Oh, well. No, that doe's gonna come in. At least she's cooperative. Also, guys, it's been a little while, so I'll say it again. If you guys are enjoying today's stream, please make sure you guys help support the channel by hitting the like button and subscribing for me. I really would appreciate your all's assistance in getting to 700 subscribers. We're so close, guys. We can make it. I know we can. Also, make sure that if you guys have any friends and stuff that you think would enjoy my channel, please make sure you invite them. I would like to get it to 1,000 by the end of the year if possible. And like I said, guys, depending on what happens this week in IRL will depend on if I am going to be monetized or not. There is something currently going on in my life that I'm what are you? There's something currently going on in my life where I may not need to worry about getting monetized on YouTube, but depending on how that turns out will depend on what I do with that. What is this guy? Does he have brow tines? If he has brow tines, I might shoot that one. I'm not too big on the random racks, but certain random racks actually look pretty decent. Again, the big boys just need a little bit of work though. The medium random racks I think are great. They're unique. A lot of them are actually kind of natural looking. Be it with the little twisties in their antlers. But the big boys just kind of look like souped up pronghorns with extra tines, in my opinion. Like roe deer antlers or pronghorn antlers with extra tines is what the random racks look like in a big animal. Is that the 12-pointer out there? I just saw a deer walking. There it is. Yeah, that's the 12-point. Alright, so I'm going to make that 12-pointer be our target, and he's actually on his way here, guys. We may end this season very fast. If he comes straight to the field and he's touching the edge of the field, guys, we're going to go ahead and pop him. Because that is a very good deer to end the season with. Again, I'm just not a very big fan of the random racks right now. I really need, they need to be a little bit more natural looking, in my opinion. They're not bad looking, they just need a little bit of work. Dude, I wish that buck would come over here. He was on his way in, and then he turned right back around again. What was that? Oh, there it is. I couldn't see where the deer is. That's a doe. I can tell by the skinniness of its body that's a doe. So don't gotta worry about her. How big is that random rack, dude? Dude, that is a big random rack. He's a wonky fella, though. I'll tell you that. I don't think he has brow tines either. Which is honestly not uncommon, sadly. They need more brow tines. A lot of these big random racks don't have brow tines. They're usually just big 7 or 6 points. There's our 12-pointer again. He's on his way back in again. So hopefully he'll make his way to the field this time. I've already called at him twice, so I'm going to let him be for a little while. I'm just not going to call it that 12-pointer right now. Although I would like for him to actually come into the stand instead of staying way out there in the distance. He's acting like he's one. There you go. There, now he's quartering our way. Buddy, I tell you what. Actually, he has brow tines. So, just this once, I'm going to let the 12-pointer get away. Because if that guy has brow tines, I just want to, out of curiosity, I want to see what he scores. And plus, that was just an easy shot as it can be. I mean, why not take that shot? You know what I mean? That was a big buck. Gave us an easy shot. And plus, it's a random rack with brow tines. I want to see what he scores. He has teeny tiny little brow tines on him, though, but at least he has them. Because most of these random racks don't have brow tines. That's the one that made 200 for you? Oh my goodness. Anyone know something crazy, Raven? Even if it makes 200, I'm not going to tax it. I'm just not a big fan of this rack. Like I said, I still kill the big bucks so I can see what they would score. But, like, even if this one makes 200, he's not going to take the place on the 135. Because the 135 that I have in my trophy lodge, he's just so unique. and I just love him. So it's going to take an absolutely like realistic looking giant buck that's a random rack to take the place of the one in the trophy lodge. But I do love shooting these deer just to see what they score. Yeah, he definitely has brow tines. That's definitely a big buck. But yeah, I definitely will take any other deer that makes 200, but I just don't know. Until they improve the random racks and actually make them look a little bit more natural, I'm just not too intrigued to shoot them. Alright, what does he score? 202. Raven, I beat your record. That is a 202. Hello? You're 200 inches. That is a 202 scoring animal, guys. Again, I'm not going to tax this one because I'm just not a very big fan of how those antlers look. But that is an amazing deer to end the season with, guys. That is an incredible deer to end the season. That is absolutely beautiful. How many antler inches did we get this time around? Let's check. 936. So we know we got close to 1,000 inches of antlers. If we had like those two little bucks that we had to shoot, if they would have been bigger ones, we would have been over 1,000. Oh, yours was 202? Oh, okay, Raven. I thought that yours was 200 on the dot. Never mind, then I tied you. All right, guys. Well, unfortunately, I got to go pick up my wife here in about 5 minutes from her work. So I'm going to have to go ahead and end the stream there. Sorry, we only got to hunt one season, guys. I expected to be able to have fast seasons today. I was hoping to get at least two in today. But unfortunately, we had a rough one, and it took nearly 2 hours to get through. That is very rare on this game, but it does happen. But either way, guys, hope you all have a great day. Make sure you guys like and subscribe on the way out if you haven't already. Tomorrow, I am going to be releasing a Great One Wolf Guide for all of you guys. I will try to get up tomorrow to have enough time to make it for you, and I'll try to get it released between 5 and 7 p.m., maybe even earlier if I get it done quicker. But I hope you guys have a great evening, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Great One Wolf Guide, and I'll see you guys again on Friday for our next for Call of the Wild and possibly some more water park simulator. But I know I've said this like 4 times, and I'm going to say it again. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Hope you guys have a great evening. I love you all, and I'll see you guys next time.